Hello internet, welcome back to more of our apartment tower escape series thing, whatever that we're doing. So we're currently on our floor. We're going to continue exploring. Yeah, apparently we're tired. Apparently it's way early in the morning. We should be going down to the main floor and seeing if we can't draw these zombies out of here. Oh, it looks like they've migrated a little bit. They're in a room over there. Oh, the feral runner has got a hold of me. Hopefully the sounds of combat do not draw the others, because that would spell our death. Looks like that was revived. Looks like they heard that. So we're gonna move. We're gonna move outside. And we're going to circle around outside. Oh, this is a swamp. This is not where we want to be. We're going to head around out here to the front. And we're going to see if we can draw them out. We're going to step pretty far away. Looks like this might have been where... Looks like the feral zombie may have fallen from upstairs. Yes. So I can see some light. So they're up here. We're going to want to move over here and see if we can shout and draw them out and away. Because we want this main floor to be our base. Come here. We are not wielding anything because I'm a big dummy. No wonder it was hard to kill them. Hopefully we don't get bit. We got bit immediately. As soon as I said that, I looked up and it flashed to blue. Awesome. Thankfully we do have disinfectant. We're going to smash these corpses. Looks like they were all revived. Grab the chocolate. Smash the zombie. And let's see if we can draw these guys out. This is pretty dangerous. We're going to yell. Do you not hear me? They don't seem to hear me. I mean, I want you to come over here. That is a zombie soldier. That is something we cannot fight. So obviously we can't really fight the shocker zombie because it will tear us up with the electricity. But the soldier zombie is going to have so much armor that, oh, it's heavily injured though. Killing that could give us a lot of good gear. I don't know if I literally don't think we can even deal damage to it given that it has such high armor. So what we're probably going to do, we're going to run. We were already running. We're going to run. We're going to smash some windows on our way to see if we can't make enough noise to draw them out. I really don't know. Short of did we ever... I don't think we ever found a gun. We should stop running soon. Switch to walking. We'll fight this one. I've already been bit. We're in pretty bad shape, but we are going to sleep soon, so it's not a huge concern. Maybe if one of these cars run, we could potentially... Glow stick. That seems like it might have some value. Jumper cable. What kind of shape are you in, vehicle? Has wheels. Has controls. Has gasoline. Has a car battery. So we could potentially... See, the problem is because it's jammed up against another building, we can't really drive up here and just let it idle. How many tiles wide? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 tile wide vehicle. We could drive it through here, which would be interesting. And probably dumb. Is this really dumb? This is really dumb. We're going to do that anyway. 5% battery, no big deal. As long as the engine's... Hey, man. Hey, dude. Okay, so... Don't want to be here anymore. A little bit of a horde going. They may have followed us out that time. So why don't we duck back in and we'll check from the inside where we can be pretty safely far away from them. Looks like they've migrated some. Let's just wait and see if they go out. I don't know what to do here. I don't want to keep putting ourselves at risk. Okay, we're very cold. Man, we're very cold. I really want them out of this floor so that we can inhabit the main floor. I guess we could just live upstairs for a while. No big deal. Let's disinfect before we forget. Activate something. Hydrogen peroxide is fine. Oh, I should have looked at what that said. It had some text pop up about disinfecting bites, but I didn't pay attention to it. Clean the wound. We've been disinfected with poor disinfectant. Right leg, I guess, is what that probably says. I'm not really sure what the poor means. It might mean we still get infected. I don't really know. I think it just affects what the chance of disinfecting is. Whatever. Not going to worry about that. The fire in here is still going. That's fine. We're pretty tired. Maybe we should sleep and continue exploring up direction, or literally up a Z level, instead of trying to make our way to the main floor. I don't really know. If we find a gun somewhere too, we could always shoot the shocker zombie and remove one of the major threats. I don't know if zombies heal over time. I know that the soldier zombie was quite injured. What over here? Well, I wanted to head somewhere there weren't corpses, just in case there's diseases or whatever. I don't think there are, but what over here? We'll make a pile of all our junk here, and we'll make the blanket, and we'll take a down-filled pillow, and we'll sleep. And this will heal us up the rest of the way. Don't set an alarm, just take a nap. We'll be frost nipped. I mean, we have a blanket. You use your pile of clothes for warmth. Okay, so we didn't fall asleep right away. I'm wondering, maybe because we were in pain, we should have taken some aspirin or something before we went to bed. I don't think we ate anything yesterday either. We just consumed beverages that had calories. Wait till you wake up. Oh, okay. It's been like 8 hours, though. You should wake up because you're famished and very thirsty. And I think famished means you have a calorie deficit. It's too bright to sleep. Well, that's fine, because you should have gotten up several hours ago. It's noon, man. What are you, a YouTuber? Got to get up before that. So we're going to eat something. Let's grab the frying pan. We'll grab... Well, probably ought to eat this lemon before it goes bad. Same with the banana. Anything else that looks like it's going bad? Since we're going to be staying here for a while, we will separate out our piles. We eat all the fruit to get it out of the way, because it's going to just spoil before too long. We'll take a fresh look at the food once we kind of establish a little base area, which we'll probably do in this episode. Anything else jumping out at me? I mean, we could grab those Toastums just for a fair bit of calories. Where were they at? Fast food noodles now. We have the clean water. I guess we'll want to take the clean water. It's actually only cold, which is surprising. Where did I see Toastums? Toastums. Grab a whole mess of crap. We'll come up here. We'll grab all the wood. Grab all the wood. And we'll grab all the wood. There we go. Put all the wood on one pile. Onto our firewood pile. No. We'll just use some splintered wood because I don't think it takes very long to heat things up. Didn't grab... Oh, I do have a light. Oh, it's a lighter that's out of charges. We'll drop that over here so it doesn't keep getting lost in the pile. We will look for a new lighter. Come back and we'll get ourselves set up for the rest. Almost set our wood pile on fire. That would have been pretty dumb. Cast iron frying pan. Let's warm up the fruit. I guess. Pear. Yeah. We'll do the fruit. And then we'll heat up the Toastums. So let's eat. All the lemon has rotted. Pear we'll eat. We didn't There we go. We do the banana. Okay. Not going to eat the rotten lemon. We'll drop that up here on our garbage pile. We'll eat some Toastums. We eat a chocolate bar because why not? We eat the Toastums. We'll have very high... This will give us a very high positive morale boost. Drank quite a lot of water as well. Probably should cook more water while we have the fire going. Where did we put the dirty bottle of water? We left it over here. Okay, water. Make 3 more charges of water. We'll pour it into the glass bottle. We'll make 1 more charge and we'll drink it. Just because I don't remember how much water we already drank. Of course we can't because we can't store it in anything. drink hot water because everybody likes a little bit of hot water. Pour into the container. There we go. We're full. We're hydrated. Doing great. Hooray. We're so good at life. We'll sort this crap out later when we start to set up a base. Maybe after we've cleared one more floor, I'll come back and we'll sort everything out. So let's clear another floor. Just because. Sounds like there's stuff in this apartment. That's fine. Let's fight, man. So what else is going on with me? I talked about the, watching movies and junk, which is pretty much constantly something I'm doing. I usually have something playing in the background, whether that's, a YouTube video or whatever, while I'm doing other things around the house. I tried to write the other day. Archery for Kids will take another bottle of hydrogen, lots of disinfectant. Weak disinfectant, but disinfectant nonetheless. Tried to write the other day, and it didn't go very well. So for those that don't know, I write. I'm big into writing. I've written several novels and just generally enjoy writing. When I was young, writing was like my escape from reality. I had a really terrible life when I was young, and it was an easy way for me to, you go through a really bad day and you go home and you can kind of rewrite. Like when I was a kid, most of what I wrote was just a version of reality. So I would rewrite, let's say I go to school and I get on the bus and, I'm like 11 or 12 at this point, and there's a girl I like on the bus, and in real life we talk a little bit and it's just awkward and stupid and whatever. Well, I could go home and I could rewrite that situation to where I actually was able to express myself, and maybe there's a little flirting and things like that. So when I was young, it was like a way for me to cope with being uncomfortable and awkward and all that kind of stuff. And as I got older, it became similar. It became less about rewriting reality and more about putting myself in positions and situations that I would normally never be in. The murder mystery, the supernatural, whatever. It was just fun to put myself and my friends in situations that, would not naturally occur in reality. And now that I'm older and I have other ways of coping, or I thought I did, I don't do that as much. So talking dolls just don't spawn with batteries anymore? Is that what I'm seeing here? That's so dumb. Take the lighter, I guess. Take the tomato seeds. And so I don't write much anymore. And it is a little disappointing because I just don't... I don't know. I like writing. I've always liked writing. Writing served a purpose, like I said, when I was young. And now I just want to be a writer. I would like to get published. And I've never really made the effort to write something and then try to get it published. How easy it is to get a book on Amazon? You know how many bad books I read every year? I read a lot of terrible books. And I always think, man, this garbage got published. And sometimes I listen to audiobooks, and it's not only did this garbage get published, but someone went through the trouble of recording this trash and putting it out there for the universe to have. You know how many bad books get published every year? And I feel like, man, I could do better than that. And the problem is I just have no drive to write. It's just hard to force myself to sit down and write. It's I don't know, now that it's not a survival mechanism like it was when I was a kid, I just don't have the drive to do it. I think Stephen King very famously said something like, and I'm paraphrasing, don't take me, don't quote me on this, but he said something like, amateurs wait for inspiration, the rest of us just go to work. And what he's saying is that, amateur writers will, you've heard it from writers before. Oh, I have writer's block, or, I'm just not in the mood to write. I'm not in the right headspace, or whatever. And he's saying that that's stupid and that only amateurs act like that. Real writers, they just get up and do it. And that's always been my opinion as well. It's just like anything else in the world. Leather pants would be good protection, but they don't have the storage that the cargo pants have. We're going to take them. I don't know if we're going to wear them or not. But I've always been of the opinion that writing is just work. You either put in the effort or you don't. Like lots of people say, like how many of you know people who say like, man, I wish I could draw, or man, I wish I could sing, or whatever, or write, or whatever the thing is. And it's my opinion that all you have to do is do it, right? The only way you're going to be good at something, like people say like, oh, I can't draw, I'm not creative. That's dumb. That's an excuse. You can draw. It's just that you look at people who have spent the last 20 years drawing and think, why can't I be like that? Well, because you didn't invest 20 years in learning how to do something. You haven't invested time into the craft. You can unload this sewing kit. So I've always viewed writing the same way, and now that I'm not doing it, and I don't do it as much as I used to, when I do sit down and try to write, it's like, it's so bad. Like, it's not so bad. It's still better than half the books I read, but like, it's just not. Oh, this is just a long rant. I don't even know how to put it in words. I'm just not happy with my writing. I haven't been putting in the time, and because of that, I am rusting. My stories are not as interesting. My characters are not as well developed. The actual writing quality itself. Like the other day, I sat down to write, and I realized like I was shifting tenses. I was going from past tense to present tense throughout the story, and it's like, what are you doing? That's not how writing works. You pick a tense and you stick with it because that's how you write. And so even like the basic writery stuff, or like I forget how to spell something obvious. Like I always spell dresser wrong. Of all things to spell incorrectly, I spell dresser wrong all the time. We're going to drop everything on this one pile, and then we're going to set up zones to sort everything automatically. And drop all this. We're going to keep a lighter on us. Glow stick. We're just going to move everything into this apartment, and we're going to... Wish there was a way to pick up as much as you could carry instead of flipping through the list like this. Maybe there is, and I just don't know it. So, yeah, a little disappointed in my writing. I feel like... Look, I just don't write much anymore. It used to be I would write every couple weeks. I would sit down and write a couple pages. And now it's like every year or two I write a novel, and that's it. And I don't write any other time. So I was thinking, like, if I just force myself to do it, I will fall back into it, it'll come back to me. It's like riding a bike or whatever. But I just don't have the drive. I spend so much of my free time is spent recording these YouTube. It's the same thing as YouTube too. Like, I want to do YouTube. And so I've been making videos, and I get people, sometimes people on the forum will say like, oh, I didn't like this, or this would be better if you did this. And I get very defensive because I have like bad self-esteem and whatever. But also it's like, I've been doing this for literally 2 months or so. I'm just not good at it yet. I need time to actually learn. And so like I want to do YouTube, and like if you look back at like, I don't know who's like Markiplier is really popular, right? But if you look back and watch the videos from like when he started, they're real bad. Like there's no real editing. It's a lot of awkward pauses and just weirdness. And I feel like people now are so set on this idea of like high expectations that even though like I'm a new person, they don't want, I don't know, it takes time, and I'm putting in the time trying to learn. Anyway, this is turning into much more ranty than I intended it to be. Let's set up our piles here. We need a food pile. Food pile, which we'll put here's fine. We need a drink pile, which we'll put a few tiles away so that they don't overlap when we try to eat something. Make a, I don't know, clothing pile. Clothing 6, sure. Put this over here because we don't need it to be nearby. Put a tools pile right near the fire. No, that's our drink pile. We'll put our tools pile here by the fire. Is that our drink pile? Our food pile? Whatever. Put some medication pile. Where's medication? Drugs. Okay, we'll make a drugs pile. What other piles do I usually have? We have the wood source marked. We'll mark it as wood so it auto sorts wood. We can just drop it on the unsorted pile. Make a weapons pile. Just put that up here somewhere. That should be most of it. Make a books pile, which we also want to be near the fire for crafting reasons. I mean, those piles might overlap. Whatever, let's just do this so we can get a look at where everything sorts out to. Quite a lot of sorting to do. And we'll just leave everything else as the miscellaneous crafting stuff. And we'll pick up everything that we would put elsewhere, like the batteries and the bottles. We would put elsewhere. This is all crafting stuff. This can all stay here. Seeds, we should make a separate pile for seeds. I like soap to be on our tool pile, etc. So this is our beverage pile. We will drop our empty bottles here because I like to keep containers on the drink pile. Oxidizer powder, I don't know, we'll just throw it up here. Soap will go on the tools pile. And we'll start a seeds pile over here. This is pretty janky, but this is what I've got. We'll make a separate pile for batteries. Whatever. This is our new temporary base. This will do for a while. Why don't we gather up some wood since we're right here. Splintered wood, wood panel, 2x4s. 2x4s. We'll drop everything over here. Just so we have a little wood. So when we come in here later to do stuff, we're not irritated that there's no wood. And then we'll go up and we'll continue looting. We should be running into zombies at this point from the roof that had followed us down. Looks like they might have bailed out the window. I don't know. Oh, there you are. I don't know why you ended up in there of all places, but we'll go ahead and we'll fight them. Again, we have a healthy store of disinfectant, so bites are not hugely concerning at the moment. Assuming that we don't run into issues with it being a weak disinfectant. I didn't mean to rant so much this episode. I know I talked a lot about stuff you probably don't care very much about, like my writing. I do plan to... So, in order to get back into writing, I'm trying to write these small pieces to try and get back my voice a little bit and recapture, you know, a new character and all that kind of stuff. So I've been writing these short little pieces trying to get in the mind of this one character. And it's super dark. Because this particular book I'm gearing up, I think I'm going to write a novel. And the one I have in mind is super duper dark and full of murder and like horrible experiences. So it's not a great place. So I probably will be posting some of them on the channel. I'll probably read them to you. They'll just be a couple pages and it'll be super dark and probably about death and the nature of existence. And murdering people. And so it's going to be pretty dark. But I thought, you know, if I upload it to the channel, then I'll feel obligated to keep writing. Because I'll feel like, oh, well, I already started on the channel. I should follow through. And I thought that might encourage me to continue writing. So might be doing that. Keep an eye on the channel if you're into free audiobook type content. Although I've never really read to anyone before. So it might be terrible. Who knows? Check it out. Because it's the only way you're going to know. Oh, my brain's just all over the place in this episode. Sorry, once again, having some personal problems. I record in batches, so basically I'm still depressed from a couple episodes ago. But, yeah, we should probably call the episode here. I'm sorry I rant. Again, new to YouTube, new to talking to an audience that's not really there. When I get in my own head, I tend to... ramble about craziness. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the episode. Hopefully it wasn't too much. And I'll be back with more in the near future.